Well, you've been asking for it and now you finally got it. Welcome to my first podcast. I'm meeting with an amazing TF2 spy. He's fast, seemingly unkillable, crazy good, and you know you're in for a rough time if you see him on the other team. He consistently gets more than 50 kills each game. I'm talking about RARA the spy. RARA, welcome. It's nice to see you. Now, I have been on the opposition side before. I've played you many times. I have rued the day every time.
Yes, you have.
What made you choose Spy? I mean, is Spy your main? Has it been your main for a while?
Well, okay, it's been a main for a while, and really, I instantly chose it after I accidentally did one trick stab.
Oh, is that right? Accidentally?
Yeah.
So what did you do?
Okay, so what I was doing, right, I was playing Spy, but I was playing like normal Spy, like how like you would find Mr. Paladin player, right?
Oh, yeah.
But my first trick stab was a stair stab on Barn Blitz. You know, like...
I know Barn Blitz. Was it the one with the platform over the second point? Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know how there's like a platform there and there's stairs on the red side?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It goes up to it?
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So on the red side. Got it.
Yeah, so I trick stabbed this pyro on there, and that was the first trick stab I got. And damn, did I just immediately stop playing a lot of it.
That must have felt brilliant, and a pyro as well, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So
I immediately stopped playing after that.
So that had you played much before then?
Oh yeah, I've got another account.
Yeah.
But on that one there, I played a lot of sniper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got a couple of accounts. And your RARA one, is that your main one?
Yeah, my first account was a shared one, because I've got a brother.
Okay.
I shared that account with him, but once I got my own computer, I got my own account as well.
Okay, great. So your own account is your RARA one?
Yeah.
And people will generally see you out there as RARA?
Yeah. Because that's what I'm now known for, being RARA now.
Plus, oh, fair enough. And look, I have to ask, what is RARA?
Let me tell you the story of this then.
Okay, all right, I'm bracing myself. Let's go.
Okay, it first began when I was playing on my original account, the one I talked about before, right?
Yeah.
And what happened was that I was playing with a friend. My brother hopped on to this account. He named himself RARA, and then if you actually go into my profile, it's pretty sure it's still there, Rasputin. Because you know the song.
I do. In fact, I think I've tried to sing that song a few times when you've jumped into my streams.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was me who sent you the song request too.
Yeah. That's right. The RARA Rasputin, Russia's favorite machine. Yeah, another one.
And so yeah,
it actually came from the song.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I like that. I'm glad I guessed right too. So I'm just having a look at some of your gameplays at the moment, and I'm looking at your loadout. Now, I see you using the kunai. And I'm a bit of a kunai fan myself. Why the kunai?
It's just fun.
Yeah? What makes it... I mean, there's survivability around the kunai. Is that right?
Yeah, the kunai has an immense amount of survivability. I mean, you just get straight health, and that allows you to get to up to 200 HP. Yep. Which is immense for Spy.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
so you can get stuff you normally wouldn't. Don't you?
Yeah.
And it is a lot of fun, I agree. You know, it's great. If you can get a few stabs, and you get a lot of chain stabs, all right? I'm giving you credit for that. I see that all the time. A lot of chain stabs. Then you're really hard to kill. But just to add on to that, to make it even harder to kill, you've got the Dead Ringer.
Yes, I do. Now, I want to point one thing out about the Dead Ringer. I know a lot of people give it a lot of, hatred just because... Well, Dead Ringer allows you to survive a hit, and it can allow you to survive some really, really strange things, like a full crit rocket in the face.
Oh, really? But not a backstab?
Yeah, not a backstab, no.
Is there anything else that can't survive if you're on full health?
I'm pretty sure you can't survive a soldier direct hit rocket in the face while they're right next to you.
Oh, okay. So up close, direct hit... No splash damage, just all rocket in the face.
But you also might be able to, because 200 HP by Dead Ringer. Dead Ringer usually does half that damage.
Yeah. So the Ringer is your preferred watch?
Yeah, it's preferred watch, because what I like to do with it is use just for the speed boost mainly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know the speed boost is there. Are there any other effects from the Dead Ringer that you like?
Well, of course, there is also the damage invulnerability, I guess. You don't take afterburn.
Oh,
for like a few couple of seconds.
okay. So with the afterburn, you're saying that if you've been set on fire and you
can just
bring
use
the watch out, that not only do you drop the body, but you don't continue to burn.
Yeah.
Okay. And what if a pyro tracks you down while you're under the influence of the dead ringer? Would you light up again or not?
When I use the dead ringer, do you notice how your screen kind of goes a bit dark? Well, during that time, you get a certain set of buffs. Okay, just watching the video now, when I get damaged, you'll probably notice it.
Okay, so the screen actually darkens slightly when you use it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm watching closely. Oh no, you died.
I didn't even use it.
Oh come on, I wanted to see it.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
you can't survive a crit.
No, it's all right. It's not your fault. I understand. In fact, I played a bit of Spy myself, nowhere near on the level that you are.
I'm really that good.
But yeah, I know as Spy you have to die a lot. You have to be prepared to die a lot. We're coming in now. You're moving towards Red. You're Scout. Why Scout? Do you choose Scout a lot?
Honestly, it's because, partly because spies actually want to be found out.
Uh-huh.
It's a very strange situation. Okay, wait, no, never mind. It doesn't. Okay, no, it goes dark if you stay invisible.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. This assuming my memory isn't bad.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
you just got backstabbed.
okay, actually, one thing I want to point out about that. The reason why I stabbed the Ubered medic was because I was hoping to make him fly.
And you did.
Well, yeah, but I want to make him fly up, but I just messed that up.
Oh, okay. So what were you trying to achieve then?
Okay, you did see how we got a bunch of knockback, right?
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can go back. Okay, so how far back are we?
No. You're fine.
I'm fine.
In
Okay.
fact, it's actually a bit forward.
All right. Right.
it's
So
actually a bit
you
forward.
backstabbed an Uber medic.
And the
that's
reason for
coming
that
in.
was because for one, I didn't think I'd actually be stabbed because I thought that was June who was being friendly with me,
Oh, okay.
right?
So
So
there's
see how
the
he gets
man.
knocked back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was to angle that upwards, I could actually launch him up in the air and get him stuck.
So if you're looking at the top of his head, for instance, when you backstab him, he actually gets launched up.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So yeah, you can just keep medics in one position and
Yeah.
stop an Uber.
Okay. And so you can actually just throw them in the air, and then, of course, their patient can't run forward because they don't have any grip. It's
Yeah.
almost like the quick fix, isn't it? Because I know if you're healing a patient like a soldier and he rocket jumps, then the
Yeah,
medic
it's
goes
like-
flying. Yeah, but this one's a
Yeah.
forced one because of the backstab on the Uber.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
but
very cool.
Clearly, one thing about this though is that it can only be used. I think if the medic is on stairs or jumping up in the air.
Oh, okay. So he has to be above you when you say on stairs?
Well, no. The thing about stairs that they have is that this is a very unique property of You're technically in a state of walking on the ground, but also being in the air.
Okay.
I learned about this just recently through a Soul Light video.
Right. Oh, that's very cool. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that if I can just jump back to the disguises, I notice you're a scout a lot, and you said that's because a spy basically wants to be found out. What did you mean by that?
Okay, well, there's a couple of things, right? So first of all, a spy wanting to be found out likely means they probably want to do a trick stab post. If a player does not know that it's you, right, they're not going to react how you think they are.
Okay.
So when you're trying to predict them go to turn right or whatnot, they turn left for some reason, and that's just because they don't notice you at all, so they don't look towards you, right?
Right.
You want to be found out so you can actually do a trick stab because if they don't even notice you, you're not really tricking them, right?
Yep.
And the other reason is because the scout hitbox is low down. And for some relatively new snipers, or for snipers who just don't know, the spy's hitbox, when disguised, remains the same.
Yes, I was going to say that. So basically, even though you look like a scout, a headshot on a spy disguised as a scout would actually be above the scout's head.
Yeah. So because of that, right, snipers who don't know will pretty much only get headshots if they're going for hits.
Right, so they'll tend to body shot you more when they think they're headshotting.
Yeah.
Okay, got
And
it.
because of that, they'll be missing a lot more shots. Plus, also, the Scout Disguise does not decrease your movement speed.
No, that's true. But you can't run as fast as a scout, though, can you? When you're disguised as a scout, you can only run as fast as a spy would be able to, say, normally, or I guess even if they get the speed burst from the ringer.
Yeah, that's right. So there's no speed decrease, and that's a good thing. Yeah.
Now, there are other classes that you could disguise as that have equal or slightly faster, I guess, than a spy. Although a spy is actually one of the fastest classes, isn't it? Just running?
Yeah, I remember something saying that spy is the second fastest class. So this is one thing I want to point out. So you see how I was finding that sniper there, although I'm trying to get past that sniper. When you're playing spy, like how I do, right? Yeah, you're trying to predict how enemies move. And I'm not perfectly good at this, and I don't think anyone is, but I thought he would try and go wide.
Right.
So he's trying to move around, not stay close to the edge.
Oh,
For that sniper,
there it is. There it is.
It's not a good idea to stay close. It's not a good idea to stay close to that edge.
No,
you're more open.
No. Oh, that was just bad luck, though. And I know the spy does get a lot of bad luck.
Yeah, no, he does.
Yeah, you can't control everything, basically. So,
yeah, of course.
Just from memory, I think you've got your fastest class, which is the Scout. This is not talking about disguises, it's just talking about the classes now. So, fastest class is the Scout. I think the second fastest is a tie between the medic and the spy, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Because, well, as far as I can tell, medic moves just as fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels even faster, but yeah.
I did a video, I think it was to do with a sniper taunt with the bow, and I think in there I actually tracked down this information. I was really surprised to find out that the spy is that fast, so the second fastest, comparable to the medic. I thought, wow, that's pretty good. So if you disguise as anything other than medic or scout, or I guess as a spy, then you will decrease in speed. Yeah. Okay, but what about when you're disguised as a scout, though? I mean, there would be other players that would look at you, wouldn't they? And they'll say, he is a spy. You said you wanted to be identified as a spy. He's a slow-running spy. So he's either got a loadout that makes him slow, or more likely he's a spy.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't mind that?
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
All right. Do you swap it around? Do you change from scout, or do you stick... Now, I'm not asking for any particular secrets or anything, but I'm just wondering...
No, you are right. I do occasionally switch. I very rarely actually do this, but whenever I do, it does usually work a lot.
Yeah.
Because I keep on disguising as spy. Spies tend to just keep disguising as like one or two classes. Like it would be spy, medic, or scout.
Right.
Those are the main three disguises that spies disguise as, right?
Yep.
So if you're like the only spy, right?
Yeah.
And you've been disguising scout as the entire time, people are always just going to be looking for scout. And if they ever see a scout, they're merely going to shoot you, right?
Yeah.
At very random times, and whenever you really feel like it, just disguise it like pyro.
Okay, so pyro's the other disguise that you will use?
Yeah, pyro's the other disguise. Now, pyro's just good just because people tend to shoot mids, and pyro, as far as I can tell, has a very tiny decrease in speed. It's still noticeable, but it's very small. The other one I would probably disguise as, but a bit too far from my hands, is engineer.
Yeah.
Or maybe sniper.
Engineer and sniper were two that I was going to mention to you, because I know that you look at a situation. For instance, what class is most likely to be hanging around on the back fence? Well, it's probably not going to be a medic, so disguising as a sniper looks less obvious. But I like the engineer and the sniper as a disguise because they still give me not quite the same speed, but it doesn't slow me down as much as, say, a heavy or a soldier. Or even
you're entirely right there.
Yeah.
But simply, the reason why I don't do it is just because my hands aren't long enough.
Okay, you'll have to help me here. What do you mean?
You have your disguises from 1 to 9.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like the one where you press like 3 twice or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
I probably want to be constantly moving. I have to move my hand from 4, then all the way to like 7 or 6.
Right.
And that's just pretty far for me. Plus, I'll probably mess it up anyway.
Okay, is that the quick change menu? Because you're talking about the keyboard layout, aren't you? And
I press 4 to bring on my disguise kit.
Yeah.
And then I just probably going to be 1 for scout. But,
okay. Yeah. I do the same thing, actually. So 4 to open the disguise, and then a number. And you're saying that if you're going for, I think 6 is Engie, just from memory, 8 is sniper, and that's getting up there a fair way, whereas 1 scout, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 scout. Okay. Well, one is pretty easy to hit just because I can just hit it with my finger that's pressing left.
Yeah.
So, I don't ever want to move the W, my finger on the W key.
Yeah, and then you'd have the quick disguise if you want to quickly disguise as scout again.
I have that as B, although I don't use it. I use it in a very impractical way, and that is only when we lose. lose a round.
Only when... Oh, okay, because you've got a little bit of time then.
Well, actually, yeah. This is just something which I found out. Okay, well, you know how when you lose a round, right? You don't have access to any of your weapons, yeah?
Yeah.
And that includes the disguise kit.
Yes. There's a script coming up that you can use to improve your spy play. Make sure you check out part 2.